Okay, so again, you just want to write a little one paragraph summary about what you learned about each. So with Screencastify, you can talk about how you learned how to, set everything up prior to, about how timing can be difficult and you really have to make sure that you have your steps and that you practice. With your autobiography, maybe you're going to talk about the transitions, the effects, and just the different things that you did to your autobiography or your interview to make it what it was. And again, what you learned. Now, if we go over to Hannah's, we can see in module 13, she was in the online class. We made a video using an application of our choice to edit. The video was the autobiography. And so you can see there how she talks about her video project. She talks about volume levels, putting clips together, making it professional, making credits, etc. And then we can actually play her video there. So very similar. Cecilia's is a little bit different because, again, she did it during a different time when we just did Movie Maker. And she just had images. So you really want to go with Hannah's because hers is more recent and updated. And notice that Hannah only had one. We're actually doing two. Screencast is one of the newer things that we've added to this class. So you do need to make sure that you have both of those. All right, so going back to our rubric, now we want to go ahead and we want to work on our presentation page. Your presentation, you're going to be working with your career project, okay? And then I tell you what you should do based on what you used. So if you use Google Slides, then you'll select your slide. If you use Prezi or Powtoon, you'll need to embed using the embedded code. If you use PowerPoint, you'll do exactly what we just did, upload it to Google Drive and say from Drive. But before you upload, you must fix all errors so that your document is perfect. It must be 100%. So you want to look at the rubric, figure out what you need to fix those things, and then upload it. You'll also need a reflection about what you learned in presentations. All right, so let's start with Prezi since I have that open. So if you used a Prezi, you're going to log into your Prezi account. Let's say this is my presentation. I'm going to click Present. That's going to take me to this window here, and I want to find Embed. I'm going to click on Embed, and it says this little code right here. You can click on either one of these, let viewers pan or constrain. That doesn't matter, but you can see that there's a code here, and you want to say copy code to clipboard. It says it's copied. So now what you can do is you can actually go back over to your Google site. I'm going to go to my page, Presentations. Here it is. I can set up my banner, and then I want to go to Insert. Notice there's an embed URL. Okay, if we click on that, it says paste a URL, and we will attempt to embed it into the page. Okay, so this is actually a little bit different than what we've been doing. So let's go back, okay? If we actually go back here, what we want is the URL to present this instead of the embedded code. So if we click share, that will give us this link. So let's copy that and let's see if this works. Paste it in. There it is. Click add. So that's actually much easier. Again, and I can move that over to get it centered within my page. Now, if I was doing a Google site, I would just scroll down and choose Slides. And then I would go find my Google presentation. Let's just say that's it, and I'll hit insert. But again, each of these needs to be fixed prior to bringing them in. And then if you were doing from Word, or excuse me, PowerPoint, you would do from Drive. You would go and find a PowerPoint. So let's go to Computer Apps. Let's go to Presentations. Here we go, PowerPoint. You can see it has a P on it, Insert. And there we go. Now, PowerPoint's the biggest one because you'll need to fix it on your computer and then re-upload it. All right, so if we go back and we look at the rubric, I think I explained how to do each of those. Yes, this one's a little bit different, so I'll put embedded URL instead of code. All right, so now that I've got that, I fixed them, I got it uploaded, I just need a reflection about what I learned. So obviously you won't have as many as I have, you'll just have one. So I'm gonna just delete the Prezi and I'm gonna delete the PowerPoint and go with my Google slide. All right, so again, I can go and add a text box. This text box could be my paragraph text. This text box could be my heading. I like to have headings on everything. Career, presentation, Make that a heading like I've done on all other pages. And then again, a reflection. In this presentation project, we were instructed to select a career for our future. And then you can talk about, how you created your presentation. So if we go to these examples here, okay, we can see she's embedded hers. She talks about the 7x7 rule, which is one of the most important rules when creating a presentation. She talks about images, sound, color schemes, charts, spreadsheets, transitions, all the different things that make a presentation professional. And again, notice that it is one paragraph. She's made that very clear. She's probably actually added a little bit more. If we go to Cecilia's, again, hers was a little bit different because we just didn't have all the features that we used to have. So really, let's look at Hannah's as an example, since hers is more recent to the most recent software we've been using. And that'll be presentations. So the only two things you'll have left are documents and spreadsheets. And these are going to be done very similar. Notice each of them, you're choosing 3 activities that you did. So let's focus on documents first. So whether you're in the online class or whether you're in the in-house class, you created files with me. Maybe you made a resume with me. Maybe you made a flyer with me. Those are non-activities that count. You have to do activities that you were graded on. So maybe it's your advertisement flyer that you made, or maybe it's going to be your science review that you did. You're going to choose something that I graded. And again, go back and look at your rubrics because you're going to have to fix any errors. So my suggestion, find the files that you got hundreds on, use those first, then go with the ones that are the next best grade and fix those things based on the rubric. You're going to insert the document using the insert panel like we've been doing. And again, if a Word document, like you did with the video and the presentation, you'll select from Drive. But if a Google document, you'll select Docs like we did slides with presentations. All documents must be in Google Drive in order to add them to the site. And this is something that actually needs to be added to each section. No matter what you add to your presentation, your video, your presentation, your documents, everything must be shared with me. So you have to go to your Drive. You have to go find the file that you actually put out there. So let's say I'm in my documents and I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to use. And so let's just say I want to use my resume. I'm going to come and click share. And I'm going to make sure that I've shared that with Miss Wright by typing in awright@spx.org. Okay, it doesn't matter if I can edit it. I really just need to be able to view it. Please uncheck the notify people so I don't get 1,000 emails and then hit OK. And again, that needs to be done for every single thing. I really need to add that to every section, even the presentation, even the video. The discussion boards know if they're not coming from Google Drive, but anything coming from Google Drive. You're going to have a reflection on what you learned in each document activity. That's at least 4 sentences for each. All right, so let's go look at Hannah's and let's look at some examples. So if we go to the documents page, she first has her MLA research paper. Notice that she's titled it there. And then she has a little reflection here about what she learned. She talks about the MLA paper and she talks about how you use Times New Roman, 12-point font, how you have to do your heading, how you have to do your header, and she gives us a little bit of information there. Then we come down and we see the flyer. Okay, she did an advertisement flyer for her the school dance team. And again, here's a reflection about the flyer activity, talking about the size that you need in the font, talking about the color schemes, talking about the QR codes, several different things there. And then her last one is her recipe. And again, she talks about the process. She talks about the different sections that she had to create, creating the columns to make it look really professional and nice. Now, she's got them attached and they're actually images here, but that's because this is the old way of doing it, not the new way of doing it, which is actually brand new. Again, we can see another example of each activity with the reflections below them. All right, so I'm going to stop this video here, and in the next video, we're going to go over how to do the documents page. So I'll see you then.